So day's finally arrived. We're just going to set off for Sweden. Giving Star a last run around the park before we leave. Driving up to Harwich, about 3.5 hours from here. Hopefully we'll get there about 6 o'clock. Our ferry's not till 11, but we've heard you can board from 8, so we want to get there nice and early, make sure we're there, and maybe be first on the ferry. So letting Star do his business, and the rest of this video will be the trip. Probably release it. We're thinking 3 to 4 days to get there, stopping overnight, and it'll be a compilation of all the highlights of the journey, which should be enjoyable. So we're all ready to go, just about to set off. Star's sitting on his sheepskin rug in the back, but he's got a settee as well, and he's tethered in. And we're just waving goodbye, Jackie's mum. Okay, we're about halfway. British traffic's hit us already. Saying at the moment we're going to arrive about 6:15, so not too bad. But big traffic jam, I think we're going to be here for about half an hour. Probably the first of many jams we're going to have on this journey. Okay, we've made it to Harwich port. Just joined the queue. A lot of people are here very early because we got here at 6:30. I think check-in starts at possibly 8 o'clock, and you have to queue up, go for that check-in there. You can just see the ship in the distance. So probably got an hour and a half or so, but we're going to use the facilities in the port and probably have something to eat before we go on. Quick check of the solar, up to 100%, so the sunshine's keeping it charged, and the fridge is lovely and cold, so it worked really well. Star's had his walk around, he's now waiting patiently to get on the ferry. Just driving onto the ship now. It's 10 o'clock. We've got an hour before we sail. Quick look around the cabin. It's just like the one we had before. Big window, a double bed at the bottom and a single. I think the one we had before had beds the other side as well. Can't really see anything out there. Quick look in the bathroom, shower, toilet, all the facilities. So yeah, brilliant. But we're on deck 10. We parked on deck 3 and went up the stairs. It's a long way up the stairs. On the ferry you get an early morning wake-up call at 5:30 UK time, and the ferry is arriving at Hook of Holland at 7 AM British time, 8 AM Holland time. So we've just come down to the little dog walking area past the kennels. Not very big really, but the dogs can come down and do their morning movements if they want to. It's a beautiful day. It's quite warm and dead calm. The whole overnight trip was really calm. Also a big advantage for me is you're allowed to smoke on the deck, so there's a little ashtray on the dog deck. So early morning fag, time for a cup of tea, and then I think we're going to disembark last, so where everybody has to normally get off and queue in the corridors and the stairwells, everybody in the dog cabins will get off last. That's what we were told yesterday. So that seems a lot more sensible than when it can be squashed and the dogs can get stood on, or they start getting agitated because they're squashed in. So I think everybody will get in their cars, and then the people with the animals will come down and join them. Queuing for passport control. We are literally at the back of the queue. We misunderstood the instructions to wait in the cabin if you have a dog. our vehicle was the only one on deck 4 when we got down there, but we're unloading now. Oh, we've unloaded, we're now queuing for passport. You can just see it in the distance, hopefully it won't be too much longer, and then we'll be on the road. There's our sat nav showing the journey, 2,379 kilometres to go. Okay, the big traffic jam, that is Hamburg. I think it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. We're queuing for about 10-15 minutes so far. Not sure if we're about to go into a tunnel. Hopefully clear the city soon and get on our way towards Kiel. We've made it to Denmark. We're halfway across the bridges and we've not wild camped. After all, we've gone to a campsite right at the end of the first toll bridge. So you should get a great night's sleep. We're not sure if rain's coming in or not, but it's really warm and lovely. As you can see, stars having a whale of a time. Day 3 of our journey. We stopped at this campsite just after the first main toll bridge in Denmark. It's right next to the bridge. It's got a lovely beach. Going out to the water. Star's been down to play on the beach already. He's now lazing about in his chair. We're going to have a bit of breakfast in a minute and set off. It was lovely when we arrived, then a massive storm came in last night, but we both slept really well. Camper van did its job. We'll set off for Sweden today, hoping to get past Stockholm. A quick check on the solar system. Overnight we've gone down to 62%, but the sun's already charging it. 23 watts in, 1 watt out at the moment. We've run the fridge and charged our phones and everything overnight, so really pleased. Okay, start of day 3. We've got 1,506 kilometres to go until we get to our Lapland cabins. Hoping to do 900 kilometres today, roughly. See how we get on. first little pit stop in Sweden. Like all of the ones here. Lovely picnic benches, things for the kids. A little forest to walk the dog in. And over the other side, looks like you can't camp here or stay overnight. You probably can in your van. A nice toilet block as well. And the sun's out. Jack is taking Star for a little walk. We're on the stretch now from Malmo to Jonkopong, which is about 300 miles I think, and it's mostly this sort of traffic. Roads are really smooth, surrounded by pine trees. A real pleasure to drive on. Jack is having a whale of a time driving the van. Another little pit stop. The Star's found a woodland track, so we're going to walk along it. We're past Jonkoping, about 300 kilometres short of Stockholm. It's an absolutely beautiful road alongside the side of a lake. Jack is just going to pan around now and show you the view. I think it's like this for about 50 kilometres. Really enjoyable to drive. Got about 650 kilometres to go. We're about 100 past Stockholm now. We had a few problems in Stockholm, so we didn't video. Basically, the van went into limpo mode. It was limited to 2,200 revs. But we managed to get through the city, go outside the city, pulled in at McDonald's, turned off the engine, turned it back on again, and all was good. So it's running okay now. Just going to try and get a couple of hundred kilometres off the clock now and then call it for the night.
I'll just show the view of the sunset.
This is the view we woke up to this morning. It's about 6 o'clock. We pulled in about 10 and found this lovely little park up. Free park up on the E4 going north, called Angersdu or something like that. Between Gävle and Sundersvall, in between those two. So yeah, lovely. Just walk the dog in the woods. That's the view out the back of our window of our camper. So beautiful. We're gonna make a cup of tea now and then hit the road. We've got about 6 hours to go before we get to the cabins. We're on the Sundersvall bridge now, going north. It does say it's a toll bridge, but we've never been charged it. I think it's some sort of automated charge for cars registered in Sweden. And it's only like 1 sec, but we've never had a problem getting a bill or anything like that. We have stayed in this city once down by the river. Really nice, lovely hotels, restaurants, really nice place to stay. We've got a couple of hours to go and we just pulled over into the woods. Going to make up a quick cup of coffee for the rest of the journey, but hopefully we'll be there by about 1 o'clock today. Stars snuffling around looking for local wildlife. 60 kilometres to go, and we don't know why, but the sat-nav's taken us a very rural road, but only for a couple of kilometres I think. We'll see where we come out, but less than an hour until we get to the cabins. Can't wait. Got about 20 kilometres to go. Just pulled in, so we're going to get bread and milk, supplies, a little campsite just down the road. Got a nice shop. Looks like I've grown a full beard on the journey. We'll just do the next shot will be us driving into the cabin and see how it all looks. It's been nearly 2 years since we've been here. Really excited to get back. The gravel roads ended up being about 30 kilometres, and that's the state of the van after driving down them. But it was obviously a shortcut and saved some time. You can even get diesel at this little site. It's only about 20 kilometres from our cabin. Prices of diesel in Sweden at the moment are 26 krona a litre, which works out about £2.20, £2.30 per litre if you convert it to UK money. So it's quite expensive. We've averaged on the journey about just over 31 to a gallon, and I think we've spent nearly £450 on fuel to get here. July is a cafe in the little village hall here, and the Lapland where people sell all their second-hand stuff. It's really good, really cheap. And it's our little track. Again, it's been over 20 months since we drove down here. Here we are, still drivable. Overgrown than we were here last. Yeah, we left a bike outside that we found in the shed. Looks like it's still there. Very overgrown. There's our little troll welcoming us, and there's a bird waiting on the barbecue at the fire pit area. Right, we're going to go and explore. Electric's still on, our lights have come on. We'll go and explore, and the next video after this we'll probably do a tour of the 2 cabins, a full tour of them both. We've made it. In the corner is our Christmas tree that we left in November, end of November 2020, before pandemics and things like that. And we've still got our Christmas wreath up on our door. So you'll show you all inside the cabin. A mosquito's already greeted me, and I've got a little garden and stuff to do. Thanks for everybody for watching, subscribing and liking. We'll be doing a lot of videos and projects from Sweden. And like I said, the next video will start with a tour of the cabins once we've checked them all over and maybe tidied them up a little bit. Thanks again.